Hello, I'm Dr. Meredith Drees, and I am the Director of Experiential Learning and also an Assistant Professor of Philosophy and Religion at Kansas Wesleyan University. Aristotle tells us that education of the mind without education of the heart is no education at all. And that's something that we're passionate about here at Kansas Wesleyan. It connects with our mission and it connects with our Wesleyan Journey program. And that's what I'll be visiting with you about today. The Wesleyan Journey program is a unique opportunity that our students have to be able to go out and experience the world with one of their KWU professors. They also get to learn through service. They get to travel to some place that they've never been before. And we pair all of this with academic content. Students are allowed usually 3 credit hours for this type of experience, and we go to places that are both national and international. Our past Wesleyan journeys have taken students to places like Key Largo, Florida, to study biology and psychology. On this particular journey, students were able to actually swim with dolphins in Florida at the Dolphin Research Center. They were able to go to a turtle hospital, a bird refuge, and then also they were able to study other types of aquatic life. They did this with professors from Kansas Wesleyan, and so if you can imagine being able to actually experience the content of biology and psychology in this way, rather than sitting in the classroom and learning about it through a lecture or a slide presentation, you're starting to get the idea of the Wesleyan Journey. The Wesleyan Journey allows for students to learn, but to learn it through experience. And so that's really what we mean by experiential learning. Other past Wesleyan journeys have taken students to Costa Rica. We've taken several music students down to Costa Rica to help young children in different schools there. Students have been able to serve them, learn from them, also perform music for them, and then donate instruments where those have been needed in Costa Rica. Also, teacher education here at Kansas Wesleyan has taken a group of students to Costa Rica where our KWU students gave lessons to Costa Rican grade school kids, and they had the challenge of communicating with them in a different language and being able to actually teach a lesson there in another country. They did a service project, and then they also did some adventure days. So students who have gone to Costa Rica have had fun rafting, they've had fun doing zip lining, some horseback riding on the beach, and other sorts of interesting activities. Other past journeys have taken students to New York City and Washington, D.C. That group was able to go to a Broadway play. They were able to serve with other students from other parts of the world. They were able to visit monuments in Washington, D.C., and they actually traveled with Kansas Wesleyan University's president and our current provost. So those students had a unique experience as well. Other past journeys have taken students to Italy, and I was able to go along last year on a journey to Italy with our art professor here at Kansas Wesleyan. The course was actually a sketching course, and we took 12 students and they were able to experience Venice, Florence, Rome, Sorrento, and Pompeii through sketching. And the professor of the course emphasized that instead of having students taking pictures and focusing on their phones, maybe taking a picture of a famous site and then moving on, he wanted them to actually appreciate what they were seeing. And so he asked them to take time, sit down, sketch, look at the lines, look at the shapes and the colors, and then have that sketch that they could take with them home and have it for the rest of their lives. So this is something that the course emphasized. He also mentioned you don't have to be a person who is artistically talented to be on this course. I even went and learned a little bit of sketching myself, and I was able to view these sites in a way that I'd never seen them before because of the aim of the course. So students who went on that journey did a service project with a local farmer north of Florence, and we were able to help him clean up his olive grove and then prepare it for the next year. He was a local farmer who was struggling a little bit to survive because of the larger corporations and farms that are trying to come in around Florence. So we really felt like we helped him out. After the service project, we were able to eat pizza with him at his home. He cooked pizzas for all of us in a wood-fired oven outside. And so the students really had that traditional experience of a meal there in Italy. So we've had some excellent courses take place in the past, and the opportunity for courses at various places is always open at Kansas Wesleyan because our professors are the ones who decide where we go in the future. They get to propose courses in the fall of each year for the following academic year. We have a committee that selects which courses will take place, and the selection is based on academic content, whether or not it fits with a service project. So we don't just want a service project that's randomly tacked on to a course. We actually want it to apply, like the work in the olive grove did, like the work with the dolphins at the research center did, like the musical instruments and the work that we did there in Costa Rica applied to the music course. And so the courses are then selected and advertised, and students enroll in them just like they would any other course here at Kansas Wesleyan. Some future courses that we'll be advertising for next year are Costa Rica with the Education Department again. That will take place during fall break in October. Over spring break, the Key Largo course will take place again, and that will be with our psychology and biology professors, and they'll be attending the Dolphin Research Center, Turtle Hospital, and all of those great locations again with a group of students. Then in May, we have 3 journeys that will take place. That same art professor is now offering a course in Ireland, and it will be a similar course where it's based on sketching, but now he's taking it to a different location. We also are offering our music course in Costa Rica again, and then we have a special honors course for our Arate honors students here on campus, and that course will take place in Washington, D.C. The best thing about the Wesleyan Journey is that most of the journeys that we offer are absolutely free to our students. That means that transportation, hotels, all meals, all sites are included in the journey, and the students pay nothing. When we travel to Europe, students do have to pay a little bit extra, and that just covers the flight to Europe. The trips to Europe just cost a little bit more overall. But Kansas Wesleyan is still paying about 2/3 of the journey for each student. We feel that this experience is so important for students to have that we want to give back to them for being students here at Kansas Wesleyan, and also help to cultivate their overall experience at this university. So they have the ability to enroll in a domestic course such as Costa Rica, anything in Washington, D.C., Key Largo, so anything within the U.S. and Costa Rica is absolutely free. And then the Europe trips require a little bit more on behalf of the student. To qualify for a free journey or for a 2/3 paid Wesleyan journey to Europe, students must be full-time on ground here at Kansas Wesleyan. They have to have spent 4 semesters here, except if they're transfer students. Then they need to have spent 3 semesters here. They have to have at least a 2.0 GPA. They must be in good financial standing in the business office, which means basically they don't have any outstanding bills. And students must pay a $250 deposit to secure their spot. This actually benefits students in a couple of ways. It helps them to commit to the journey that they're going on, but then more importantly, it also helps them to save $250 because this deposit's refunded to them about a week prior to the journey, and then they get to take that cash along with them on their journey in case they want souvenirs or extras, because those are really the only things that they'll be paying for once they get there. So the Wesleyan Journey itself connects with the KWU mission of service and education and experiential learning. And we encourage you to sign up for your Wesleyan Journey today. If you have any questions, my office is in Pioneer Hall. It's number 330. And you can reach me by email at meredith.dries@kwu.edu. I'd also encourage you to go online and look at the Wesleyan Journey website. There you'll see student testimonies, you'll see instructor testimonies, you'll see a list of qualifications, details, a Q&A page, and then the link where you can actually enroll for your journey. I'm looking forward to working with you on selecting your next journey.